What's good, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Sunday here in Toronto, and today's video I wanted to talk about something a little bit more different, a little bit more meaningful. Usually I vlog, but in today's video I want to talk about tips and strategies for achieving goals. And I gotta mention, I don't consider myself like a success guru or anything like that, far from it. I'm only 25 years old and there's still like a whole lot that I gotta accomplish in this life, but I do think there are a couple of things that I've done well in my life, and I want to talk about those. And I've recently come to find out that a couple of buddies of mine are watching my videos, so this video is dedicated to you guys. I hope you enjoy it. Before we dive into the video though, we gotta dive into the kitchen and make a green smoothie, so I'll see you guys after that. So to make this green smoothie, you can really throw in anything that you want. I follow my mom's recipe. She's been making this every weekend ever since I was a kid. We usually take kale, and so this is kale, and then we take parsley, and we also throw in other herbs too. This is curry leaves right here, and then we chop it all up, and then we add in milk, and we blend it, and then we drink it after we've strained the fiber out of the drink. All right, let's get to it. Okay, so getting back into the topic for this video, strategies for accomplishing your goals. The first one that kind of comes to mind, in my life at least, is to be clear, persistent, and hungry. You have to show up even when you don't want to, whether it's to the gym or whether it's for something else in life. Consistency is king. It always beats intensity. Some mornings when I get up, it's freezing cold outside and it's dark because, we live here in Canada, and I don't want to get out of my bed sometimes, but I still force myself. I kind of separate the emotions from whatever I have to do. Thinking about something is usually harder than actually doing it, so I just separate the emotions and get up and go to the gym. I don't really think too hard, and this applies for every area of life. In law school, during exams, at least in 1L, I actually woke up like super early every single day leading up to the exams. I think 1 or 2 weeks out, I would be waking up at like 3 o'clock every single morning and then going to bed around 12, just because there's so much material to go through. But I still got to go through it, and I gotta do practice exams, I gotta do revision, all that stuff to make sure that I can score as well as I can, especially when the exams are curved like they are in law school. So I still did it even though I didn't really want to, and they paid off ultimately. You should also never get bored and never stop learning, because as you probably heard this time and again, knowledge is power. As cliche as that sounds, it actually is true. Okay, so tip number 2 is to always be positive and optimistic. It's very, very easy to be pessimistic, especially when everyone around you or everyone in general loves to be a critic. So you gotta take that negativity and set it aside. You always gotta be positive about whatever is happening in your life, maintain a positive outlook. And you should also never take rejection to heart. I honestly think like it is a superpower in life to not be able to take rejection personally. And when you build an immunity to rejection, I think that really is a key to life when it comes to anything, success, relationships, etc. If you have 9 doors that all close on you, regardless of you putting in, that maximum energy, maximum effort that you could have possibly put in, but there's a 10th door and you don't let rejection get to you personally, you don't take it to heart, and you put in the same energy, the same intensity of effort into that 10th door, the 10th door very likely might open, even if the ones that came before it didn't. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so tip number 3 is to surround yourself with good and successful people. This is because you ultimately become the average of the closest 5 or 6 or 10 people around you, and you want to be a high caliber good person. So you gotta be around high caliber successful people, good people. Keep in mind there's always something to be learned from everybody, regardless of how different your lives might be. So just keep that in mind. And ultimately, good people are scarce in this world, so you want to cherish them, you want to take care of them, you want to be around them, and you want to learn what you can from them while they're still around you. Okay, tip number 4 is to manage your time effectively and efficiently. This one is a big one for me because honestly, I value my time more than my money, and a lot of people don't understand this. I think they're gonna be willing to waste time, but they're not willing to waste money. In my head, that's a bit counterintuitive because you're given 24 hours in a day, and you can't get those 24 hours back in the future, no matter what you do. But you can lose $100 today, and you can make like $200 or $300 or $1,000 tomorrow, and you just cannot do that with time. So I always guard my time very, very well, and I think that's one of the reasons why I've been able to accomplish what I have so far, just because I'm pretty efficient with my time. And everybody has the same 24 hours in the day. The thing that really separates people who are extremely successful from people who are not so successful is the way they manage their time. The last tip is probably the most important one, and that's to always strive to leave the world in a better place than you found it in. Always be grateful, always be kind, and always strive to give back. Kindness is not the same as letting somebody walk over you. A lot of people get it twisted, but in reality, kindness is just choosing to be kind because there is a lack of it in the world. Never ever forget your manners. Always say please and thank you. If you're on some kind of a public transportation, like a bus or a train, and an elderly person walks in and there's no seats available, just get up and give your seat to them. It's the courteous thing to do. And I promise you, little things like this will be appreciated throughout the course of your life over time. I personally believe in karma, and I do think that kind people lead way more fulfilling and happier lives than people who are not so kind. They may not be the most successful. Success is just a function of the work that you put in and just luck sometimes. So they may not be the most successful people, but I do think that on their deathbed, kind people are much more happier with their lives than people who may have been far more successful than them, but were just not kind people overall. All right, guys. Well, that's a wrap. Those are my 5 tips and strategies for accomplishing your goals and achieving as much as you can and being successful, at least in my humble experience. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a thumbs up, subscribe, and please do leave a comment. I always enjoy hearing from you guys. And yeah, I guess that's it. I will see you in the next one. Take care until then.